The Siege in the Sandfox is all about exploring a mystic land, mastering parkour moves and stealth skills, all to save the kingdom from an evil plot building under the sand. Right off the bat, I want to say that this game immediately reminds me of Prince of Persia, which it's heavily inspired by. I played Sands of Time as a kid and had so much fun with the parkour. And the fact that The Siege in the Sandfox is also a metroidvania with stealth and pixel graphics means that it's a big mashup of a ton of things that I love. Being a metroidvania, the game will have one big continuous world, with the royal palace above connected to the prisons, ancient mausoleum, and vast network of caves below. You play as a notorious assassin who watches the king die to a traitor's hand. After you're discovered and falsely accused, the queen throws you into the dungeons, and it's your mission to escape and prove your innocence. The legendary Sandfox is a mysterious line of faithful protectors and servants to the crown. The current holder of this title has been left for dead, and you must now take on the role of the Sandfox and begin your journey back up to the palace. I always love when games have a specific direction for you to travel in, whether it's down into the depths of Hollow Knight or across the country in The Last of Us. This time it's upwards from the depths of a sandy prison and into a majestic kingdom. Each area you'll see along the way has unique enemies, some which are more capable of pursuing sneaky sandfoxes than others, and you'll need to keep on your guard as even an extinguished torch or a door left open can trigger the suspicions of those out to get you. Gameplay will consist of a variety of parkour and stealth abilities, using stealth to sneak through the environments, incapacitating enemies, or ghosting past as if you were never there. Run, jump, slide, shimmy, pole swing, and more as you navigate the intricate game world. Despite the fact that you play as an assassin, there's actually no killing in the game. Ollie Bennett, the CEO at developer Cardboard Sword, has said in an interview that you can knock out some enemies, but if they're encountered by their friends, they'll wake them back up again. There are certain environmental scenes and situations where you can remove threats through these options, and there are also some enemies that are not necessarily fully alive that can be removed through other sources and are encountered later on in the game's story. The no-killing thing is mostly done to encourage you to try out the game's stealthier tools, like smoke bombs, and using slides and wall runs to make quick getaways. Instead of rushing right into a dangerous situation, take a minute to calculate your route and the best approach for your playstyle. Bennett calls this ghosting and says it's literally going through the game without anyone knowing that you were ever there. We want the player to feel like they're this sneaky Batman assassin. And that's honestly a great way to put it. I do enjoy stealth in games, but have found that it's hard to get the perfect balance of fun and challenge. Games that aren't 100% dedicated to stealth might just have it as one kind of combat option, but they're usually not that fun to sneak around in as the game wasn't specifically designed around stealth. On the other end of things, hardcore stealth games are sometimes frustratingly difficult and require more patience than I can muster. But I think combining ideas from these games with movement-based exploration will make things interesting enough for both casual and die-hard stealth fans. Ollie Bennett goes on to say in the interview that you'll notice there's a range of movement and mechanics, and they're quite unorthodox. But once you get used to it and become familiar with the game, everything becomes a lot smoother. You start to notice places that you sort of wrote off thinking that you couldn't get to before, but then you realize, oh, I actually could have got there. I just didn't realize I could do that. So that is part of the Metroidvania loop, backtracking and finding other routes back into locations where you've previously been. The studio Cardboard Sword was created in 2013 after founders Aiden and Ollie finished working on Little Big Planet for the Vita. Like many indie devs before them, they wanted the creative freedom of working on their own games and finally settled on The Siege and the Sandfox in 2015 after a couple others had joined their team. If you are particularly interested in game dev and Metroidvanias, I'd recommend checking out the Cardboard Sword YouTube channel, which has some great videos breaking down popular indie titles and their mechanics. And if you like learning about awesome upcoming indies and don't mind listening to my opinions on them, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe and maybe even join the No Caps Discord server. There's always room for more indie fans.